What is going on, folks? Welcome over here to the channel. Today we kick it off with episode 2 of the Montana Cattle Ranch series. So sit back, relax, smash that like button, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget we are doing a giveaway, information in the description below. Let's get right into this. What is going on, folks? So today we kick it off in the month of April, day 1 over here on the Cattle Ranch series. And first things first, I want to go over a few things. And we're going to check out how we are going to play this series. So we have it set to normal difficulty, half speed, and then we are doing seasonal growth, 2 days a month. We have snow off. Crop destruction we have off. Periodic plowing off. Fieldstone off. But we do have weeds on and disaster destruction enabled. All this is the same. We do have it to where if we hire any workers, they can purchase fuel, seeds, and fertilizer, but no slurry or manure. And this is pretty much all the same from last season. But other than that, that's pretty much the settings we are rolling with. And then we have to pretty much get right into this. No wasting time, because even the solar panels, the propane station, the windmill doesn't cost or doesn't cover the full amount of our loan nor the property maintenance. So we have to get to work right away. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start over here on our grass field, because we might as well get some bales and start making some money off of them. Now, the previous farmer did not give me any of the records of the soil or the soil samples on these fields. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this field, and we're going to go ahead and do a soil sample test of this. So that way we can figure out what this field needs exactly and go from there. So let me go ahead and grab all our equipment, and we will go ahead and start mowing. So we have everything set up, and I believe what we're going to do is we're going to turn all this grass into silage bales. So that way we can already have them turning into silage, so that way we can make some extra money here in the next month or so. So without further ado, let us get right into cutting this. there we have it. We ended up with 28 bales of silage. Not bad at all. We will take it. Now, I was kind of debating where I wanted to drop these off to have them ferment. And I think what I'm going to do is just drop them off in our hay barn here. And we'll let them ferment until they actually turn to silage. And then we will turn them in or sell them off. So that way we can actually have some income rolling in. So let me back it up here. And I'll just go ahead and unload this trailer. Everything should go nice and neat into our hay storage. Maybe. What is going on here? There we go. That worked out beautifully. So let me go ahead and grab these other few bales really quick, and then we will start testing our field. Alright, so we got our soil tester out, and I've never used this before, but in theory, so we come up to the edge of our field, and we're going to want to take a sample of our field. And I thought something would pop up on our map. Maybe I messed up here. Let me go in here. Okay, why are we not getting the circle we need? Did I not do something right here? Okay, we figured out what was going on, and this soil sampler does a massive radius. I thought we were going to have to test several spots, but apparently it is picking up our whole field. So if I drive over here to field 22, I think this is 22, I could be wrong. And we take a sample here, and then we go up to field 22, which is our potato field. We can go ahead and grab a sample of this field as well. So now, let me minimize this, and then, so we took a total of 4 samples, and let us, where is it? We have to turn these samples in. There we go. Okay, now we're sending the soils off for analysis. And here in a minute, we should get the results back. So let us go ahead and start heading back to the barn. And we should end up having a message pop up anytime that lets us know what our fields are looking like and the type of soils that are in the ground for our fields. And there we have it. So it cost us $400 to get the samples checked out. And let us go ahead and open our map here. Okay, so it's looking like a majority of our fields are silty clay, and then it looks like part of our grass field is loam, I'm assuming. But what this ultimately should do, there we go, it shows us how low we are on our pH as well as our nitrogen, and we also can see what kind of yield we got off of harvesting that grass field. My apologies there, I started to lose my voice out of nowhere. But it shows us our yield, and then it'll show, I think once we start tearing into these fields and seeding them, it'll tell us the rate of seed we need as well as our fertilizer spread and our herbicide spread. So that way we're not using a ton of materials on taking care of our fields. But it doesn't look too bad. Our environmental score could definitely go up some, but we won't get more of that information until later on. But I think that's where we're going to call it for this episode of the Montana Cattle Ranch series. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.